Hey guys, welcome back to the Smart History channel. Today we will be talking about two art pieces, a cathedral and a painting. The cathedral is from England, while the other painting is from Italy. To start things off, we have Grayson joining us today. He will be teaching us about the Exeter Cathedral in England. First, we will be talking a bit about the history of this area.
Hey guys, thanks for having me on the show. Here's a little history of Exeter. Exeter began as a Roman town. The Romans arrived in the southwest about 50 AD. They built a wooden fort on a hill near the river Exe at the lowest point where it could be easily crossed. Later, the Celtic tribe put up little resistance to Roman rule, and at about 75 AD, the soldiers moved on. After, the town was created on the site of the fort, and the Romans called it Isca. This was the start of Roman Exeter. Today, Exeter is still a flourishing city. From back then, treasures are still found in the cathedral. They include the bishop's throne, one of the finest examples of woodwork oak from the 14th century, an antique clock made in 1376, and the east window featuring original glass. Let's hear a bit about the history of Siena, where the artist of your research settled.
Okay, Siena, the place in which the artist of the painting lived in. Originally, Siena, Italy was a Etruscan settlement that later became the Roman city of Santa Giulia. Over time, the colony disappeared, but the new Siena flourished with the rulings of Lombard kings. In the 12th century, Siena became a self-governing community. Conflict arose over territorial issues with Florence, who was anti-imperial. The Sienese reached a limit of political successes on September 4, 1260. Their army won over the Florentines at the Battle of Monaperti. Now, we will be talking about the artwork itself.
So, the Exeter Cathedral is located in Exeter, Devon, in southwest England. Construction began in 1050, however, wasn't completely finished until 1400. The building was dedicated to St. Peter and was founded because the current Bishop of Exeter had a fear of being raided by sea. In 1107, William Wallerwast, a nephew of William the Conqueror, was appointed to oversee the construction of the cathedral. He was the main catalyst to alter the design to the Norman style. His ideas remained the blueprint until 1258, when the newly appointed Bishop Walter Broniescombe found the idea outdated and demanded it be made Gothic. Broniescombe kept two large towers from the designs of Wallerwast that are still there to this day, within his design that finished around 1400. The entire building is made up of local stone, including purebeck marble. The cathedral also includes a 59-foot-tall bishop's chair made from oak, added between 1312 and 1316. The ceiling is multi-ribbed and has many interlocking designs depicting different historical events at the peak of the ceiling. There is a 2-ton statue that was made in 1944 of Bishop Richard Hooker outside the cathedral, honoring the bishop serving in the late 16th century. There is a grand organ at the back of the cathedral, along with 2 subsequent organs totaling over 4,000 pipes. There are choir stalls that weren't added until the 1870s, when there was a demand for ceremonial performance inside the cathedral. Also near the back of the building is a large stained glass window, and while some believe the glasswork was imported from France, others believe it was crafted locally. Because there is no center tower, Exeter Cathedral has the largest uninterrupted medieval ceiling in the world, at about 315 feet. There are 50 misericords, designed and added between 1250 and 1260, one of them depicting the earliest known wooden representation of an elephant in the UK. There is an astronomical clock near the back, with a feature indicating the age of the moon and its phase. The original design included a library, and the bishop at the time, Leofric, placed 66 books from his personal collection inside. The only book remaining from the original 66 is the Exeter Book of Anglo-Saxon Poetry. The original design finished in 1400, yet it is continually altered throughout time for repairs after German attacks in World War II and some natural catastrophes. Okay, now let's hear about the research that you have been working on, JC.
Alright, the capture of Constantinople by Crusaders in 1240 brought an influx of Byzantine art and artists to Italy. This influenced many Italian painters of the 13th and 14th century to a certain point. Grayson, as you can see, we observe that this painting by Coppo di Marcovaldo was influenced by the Byzantine artworks. He was a Michelangelo of his day, an Italian painter. He served in the army of Florence and after settled in Siena. He is mostly famous for creating Christian-themed paintings that are centered around Virgin Mary. His style started to get noticed for his creative compositions and how natural the elements looked. The medium of this art piece is tempera and gold on wood. It dates back to around 1260. Copo di Marco Valdo takes his style of painting from Byzantine art. We see Byzantine art in his work because they treat features like Christ's body in an abstract way. The muscles of Jesus are flattened, and his loincloth has many folds that come to a sharp point. Grayson, if you look closely at the painting, you can see lines in this art piece. The artist added these lines to create a 3D effect. The artist made the image unrealistic, which is a signature of Italiano-Byzantine art. Under Christ's arms, we see scenes showing us the entire story of the crucifixion in boxes. At the top, we see a key aspect of art in this generation. Above Christ's head, there is a scene of Jesus Christ from the betrayal of Judas to his ascension. Thank you so much for joining us on this week of Smart History.
We hope to see you next time.